Trump also back to saying Putin is smart.
But they asked me, is Putin smart? Yes, Putin was smart.
Donald Trump just says things, and we literally were just talking about this maybe a day, two, no more than three ago, about how Donald Trump is constantly calling people like Putin and Kim Jong-un and all the likes, that they're so brilliant and so brave and so tough and so smart.
I said, that's a hell of a way to negotiate. Put 200,000 soldiers on the border.
Now, I have talked about this, and I'm sure you have seen the other content creators who talk about this. Nothing about what Putin has done is smart. He has already lost. His plan to revitalize the Russian Empire, literally no one is feeling it. He surrounds himself with yes men. And if they tell him the truth about what's going on, he doesn't want to hear it, because it's not just that he has that type of power, but he has had that type of power. And over time, it's rotted his brain into making him believe that he could just waltz into Ukraine and take it. Nothing. And now he's literally talking about, oh, the nuclear option isn't off the table. It's like, dude, get the heck out of here, man. Nobody's feeling this. Nothing about this is smart. And yet Donald Trump somehow would have prevented him from doing all of this. Give me a break.
Certain things, and that thing would have ended, but they didn't have the common sense. They didn't know what to do. We wouldn't have even had to give them.
What's really crazy about this is he's going to end up campaigning on this, because it's not just that he's going to campaign on, oh, look, everybody, I won the 2020 election. And, he'll talk about things like inflation and how obviously Biden is this and that. Oh, yeah, again, I won the 2020 election. But outside of that, he's going to continue to talk about Putin. He's going to say that somehow if he was in office that this wouldn't have happened, but also at the same time, Vladimir Putin is a genius. This is why we really, really cannot let this man back in office. But unfortunately, there's really not much of a great resistance, because Joe Biden can't even do things like eliminate, half of student debt or $50,000 worth of student debt like he campaigned on doing, then lowered it down to 10,000. Overall, he's done 17 billion, but 17 billion out of 1.567 trillion is literally a drop in the bucket. That's less than 5%. So we have a much further way to go if you want to keep this orange buffoon out of office in 2024.
He made a big mistake. I think he made a big mistake.
All right. So it's completely unintelligible what sort of point Donald Trump is trying to make there.
Joe Biden and the Democrats have had the opportunity to eliminate student debt. They'll still have that opportunity for the next 3 years, or at least as much of it as we can. They've had the opportunity to at least take marijuana off of a Schedule I drug, or just go ahead and legalize it. They've had the opportunity to raise the minimum wage. They've had the opportunity to pass an actually robust infrastructure package and not a teeny tiny one. They haven't managed to pass a new social safety net bill. They haven't managed to do anything that would be popular across the board. It doesn't matter how many times Fox News says that raising the minimum wage to $15 is a bad thing. Nobody who actually lives in the sticks and in the cities and in the hoods across America is going to be complaining when their regular jobs are giving them more money. Nobody's going to be complaining if they wake up and they don't have to pay their student loan debts. Nobody's going to be complaining about that. And yet and still, we have somebody like Donald Trump, who the Republican Party can't let him go. They can't replace him with anybody else. Here he comes. And somehow a man like that is a threat to the Democratic Party.